All right, you guys, welcome back to Open Mat Chronicles. 1865 Rod here. We're coming back at you guys again every week. And as always, we got Schaefer up in the house. What's up, Schaefer?
What's up, everybody? Schaefer's in the house. Yeah, man, we're here. We're doing it again. So we got a special guest today, young man named Brett Butson. He's a college student, a jiu-jitsu guy. He's all kinds of stuff, and we're gonna get to know him today and share a little bit of his experiences and what he's got planned. Brett, how you feeling today, sir?
Feeling all right. Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely. So tell us a short bit about yourself, where you train, what you do, what got you into this stuff.
Yeah, so it all started back in 2018 when I watched Conor vs. Khabib.
That was awesome.
You know what I mean? Biggest fight of all time, UFC-wise, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So I got into that, and that really lit a fire within me. I want to fight. I want to compete. But I have a heart defect. So I had transposition of the great arteries.
Okay.
So what that means is that my in-tube for my heart and my out-tube for my heart, blood-wise, were switched.
Switched around. Okay.
Switched around. So I couldn't do too many things. You know, they said, oh, well, he'll never be able to run. I ran. They said, oh, you'll never be able to play basketball. I played basketball, and I was like, well, this is just another limit that they're putting on me, another barrier that I have to prove that I can break. So
absolutely.
Were they worried about getting the heart rate too high or sustained, high heart rate?
Just my heart overworking itself. They said, I need a pacemaker at 13, and they said 15, then 17, and I don't have one still, and I'm 20. They said I'm good. So it's just the fact of my heart is, doing too much all at once. That's what they were afraid of. So then, after I watched Conor versus Khabib, I waited a few years, got through high school, and then I was like, I think I want to start training. I want to find a gym.
Hell yeah.
So, I just started looking, and I'm from the Bay, so I looked in Berkeley, I looked in Pleasant Hill, I looked even in Hercules, my hometown.
Okay.
And I settled on Caesar Gracie out in Pleasant Hill. It's in the East Bay, and I trained under Caesar's name. I trained under Guga Campos and Cameron King.
All right.
And Cameron really took me under his wing, calmed my mom down about the whole, So
it's he'll be all right. He'll be all right.
You didn't run into Osiander?
Kurt
Osiander out there.
Who?
Kurt Osiander.
He's another Caesar.
He's
another Caesar guy out in the Bay Area.
Awesome. I like that guy.
So how long were you at Caesars?
So I was at Caesars from early 2022 till maybe this past summer.
Okay.
So
all right. So you got about 2.5 years almost out there.
2.5 years.
Blue belt, I'm guessing?
What?
Blue belt, I'm guessing?
White belt.
Really?
Yeah. So I didn't go as often. So I did community college back at home. So
gotcha.
then when that happened, I wanted to focus on school, you know what I mean? And I had a job at the time. So that kind of got in the way of everything.
A lot of juggling.
Right. I couldn't train consistently. So that really took a toll on my time at Caesar Gracie. And I wish I got more time to train, but everything just got in the way.
Oh, man, life gets in the way. That's how it works.
Yeah, some semesters I did, 3-4 days a week, and then toward the latter end of my time at community college, I only went once a week.
It makes
that
sense.
really hurt my...
Let me ask this. Were you at least doing pretty good in school?
Absolutely. I had a 3.8 GPA.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about. See, I love that. I'm a nerd too.
good.
See, I got that. I was an honors graduate. I graduated cum laude, so I put in that work.
Okay.
But
Hey,
so
don't feel bad, actually.
let me ask this, because you're a Hornet now, right? You're over at Sac State now,
Sac
right?
State, that's right.
So that's pretty cool that you got out there. But all right, I jumped ahead. So when you were with Caesars, was it a lot of gi and no gi, or what were you primarily fighting in?
So that's the crazy thing is that I primarily did gi, only gi. So when this CombatU thing came out, which I know we'll get to in a second, it was no gi. So I was like, oh, there's I can't get grips. I can't
They always say that.
tie-ups, you know what I mean?
It's a faster game.
Way
you always
faster.
feel
But
so
training
faster.
wheels.
Yes. It's like they're off. All right, so Bay Area guy, born and raised. Hell, I didn't even ask this, if you don't mind. How old are you?
I'm 20.
20. Oh man, he's like, whoo.
That's good.
He's young and strong and ready to go. Okay. So when you were at Caesars then, did you start there? No, let me see. I'm trying to think. You would have still been in the adult class. You were only ever in the adult class there,
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
right?
I was 17, I think, when I joined.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that's-
yeah. I'm not putting no damn 17-year-old in the kids class.
Yeah.
Screw that.
So yeah, no, I did start out in the adult.
Okay,
class, yeah.
dig it. So you enjoyed your time there, though?
Absolutely, absolutely. Very grateful to Caesar, to Coach Guga, Coach Cam. Everybody there treated me with so much respect and really gave me an atmosphere where I could feel comfortable, with me being so young, with me having a heart condition. I couldn't be more grateful to the people and the time that I spent at Caesars.
Excellent. Rod, go ahead. I
Yes,
don't want to monopolize. I know.
Yeah. I'm just curious. Like, do you feel like you've kind of mastered some of like the pace setting with your roles? Because that's a big thing when you're a white belt. You're going like, balls to the walls, 100%. And
Right.
as you get more experience, you know how to kind of set the cadence more appropriately.
Right. It's from my heart, I'll only ever go like 50 to 75%.
kinda
I'll
what you should-
never go 100.
That's where you should train, though. In the
That's
school, you
where,
should be at
right.
like, we preach a 70%. We
Yeah.
keep it at 70%. Now, competition, though, that's the only thing. They might be going, or not might, they might be going a little more aggressively.
For sure.
But you could still control that on your end. You could always control how far, how fast you go.
right.
And the gi would help with that, though.
Yeah, that helps
Dang.
slow it down.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
But we
you know,
always
Well,
said
why do you want to
too-
do no gi so bad?
That 70% though, right? 70% for one person is another person's
That's
100%. So it's like, and I guess I'll ask you. So if you were to classify when you're rolling in that 70% or so, do you feel competitive? Were you feeling competitive with other guys your size and your experience level?
I would say so. When I trained at Caesar Gracie,
Mm-hmm.
it was me going against a lot of. Obviously, I joined the adult class at 17, so these guys are older. They're more
mature,
experienced,
muscular, yeah,
bigger.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So it was
yeah.
hard for me at first to kind of hit the ground running, you could say, because they were so much better than me and so much bigger, but they did cater to me and they knew about my heart, like I said. So
That's cool.
they really helped me build my game from the ground up and gave me a good foundation
Nice.
for when I went to combat.
But you know what you're describing? You're describing jiu-jitsu as a whole.
My God,
Jiu-jitsu
it's
is that's the
seriously-
differentiator between jiu-jitsu and wrestling. You go to wrestling, they're going to just maul you, dude.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're
You
driving.
get no
driving,
special
driving.
privileges.
100%.
You're right. Jiu-jitsu is more accommodating. I think it's where it gets that whole jiu-jitsu's for everyone, which we don't necessarily agree with, but jiu-jitsu's for everyone to try. I do believe
absolutely.
that.
It's more
I think
forgiving,
you
I
should get in there. It's like, you can be safer walking into a jiu-jitsu school, gym, whatever, and you'll be welcomed. Like there's not a lot of schools out there that are like, who the hell's this guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, that's not the personality of most jiu-jitsu guys. All right, so you were doing some community college work out there in the Bay, and you're freaking killing it with a 3.8. Congratulations,
Thank
that's
you.
good stuff. Seriously. And then, what made you come to North Cal? Like, what brought you to Sacramento? Like, how
So,
did you
yeah.
put that together?
It's a crazy story. My mom works in Berkeley, and when we go to drive up there, we would always pass by UC Berkeley campus.
Uh-huh.
So that, at a very young age, take your kid to work day, my mom would take me. We would pass by UC Berkeley damn near every day.
Okay.
So we went up there, and it became my dream. Okay, I'm going to go to UC Berkeley. I'm going to do it, right? So at a very young age, like 5 years old.
Okay,
young
dig
age.
it. Yeah,
So
all right.
we went looking. I applied out of high school, didn't get in. Very crushing. Went to community college. Right as I was about to get into UC Berkeley, I was literally in the process of getting accepted.
Okay.
I got this thing on my phone. I remember I was in New Mexico at the time on vacation, and it said Uriah Faber partners with President Luke Wood to make first ever CombatU program. And I'm like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean?
Heck yeah.
So I go in and I'm looking, I'm doing research, and I'm like, that's it.
That's
it
it.
clicked.
Berkeley's
I threw-
lost.
Berkeley, my dream for literally over a decade and a half, out the door. In the process of getting accepted to, out the door, joined, went to orientation, super last minute, got a place out in SAC, super last minute. And I came here, and it's been going smooth ever since.
Nice.
That's pretty good. Okay, so for the people that don't know, could you kind of give a rough overview of kind of what that looks like, that whole CombatU?
Yeah, so CombatU is it's the first college/MMA integrated program. It falls under our club athletics, and we have five different disciplines. We have jiu-jitsu, wrestling, boxing, and kickboxing. And then we also have MMA, which can obviously combines all the four.
For sure.
So I'm the travel officer for the jiu-jitsu team. So yeah, it's been wild. We only train 2 days a week for about an hour and a half, depending on which discipline you are in.
Okay.
We train on campus. We have a grappling room and we have a striking room. So that lets wrestling and jiu-jitsu have their own space, and boxing and kickboxing have their own space.
Nice.
And then we just go from there. And then MMA, the MMA sessions are held at Team Alpha Male.
Okay, gotcha.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they put you in the cage then on that, huh? Or at least in the ring, right?
Yeah. We have a ring. We have punching bags in the striking room. It's in a big space too.
Okay.
A lot of mirrors so you can watch yourself, practice on your technique. And then for the grappling room, it's just a mat, like any other.
That's all you need, man.
Right?
That's all you need.
I've been there a couple of times. I saw some competitions there.
Oh, nice.
Who does the gi? Is Dustin out there? Dustin Akbar, is he?
Dustin? No, I haven't.
No, I thought he was out there. So I would think that there would be mainly no gi at that school.
It is mainly no gi. It is. We haven't done gi yet. There's talks within CombatU to get us in the gi, and it's been talked about, but just not. The program's so new. It's hard to expand on.
Yeah.
It's so new.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You'd have to get yourself like a dedicated instructor. You're gonna have to get somebody who's actually who's willing to be there. Then you have to deal with funding for all those things. Right. You got to fund positions. Oh yeah, I get
and the program is it's fully funded. President Luke Wood really did a great job, at least from my perspective as a student. I don't pay for anything. I don't pay for my time there. I don't have to pay any fees. I don't pay anything for my gear.
All included in tuition, basically.
All included in tuition.
That's awesome.
I'm very grateful to President Luke, and just giving me the opportunity as a whole.
For sure. So how many people pretty much how many students are currently involved? Guesstimate.
Currently involved, there's a lot more people that are enrolled because you have to register under it's literally a club like anything else in Sac
So
State.
2.5, something like that. You got to maintain a GPA to stay in the club. Okay. Yep.
So we'll go in. There's a lot more people registered than that actually show up, but I would say an average class would have anywhere around maybe 20 to 35 students.
Yeah. That's real good.
On average.
Real good.
So yeah.
So you guys get in there. It's like you got to warm up. Then you got your drills for the day, and then
it's pretty
walk
much
us through a class.
Yeah. So you walk in, obviously get on the mat, shake everybody's hand. We'll get there a little early. Class starts at 3:00. You get there a little early. You stretch, and then warm-ups start for about 15 minutes. You're shrimping and running around, jogging.
Yeah.
And then after warm-ups, it's about 15 to 30 minutes of technique, depending on what we're going over, whether that's an arm bar, rear naked choke. We're learning a lot of the basics because a lot of our students are new.
Yeah.
That was going to be my
as it
next
should
question.
be.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a second.
Yep.
And then the last 15 minutes will be live rolls. And then most of the time, Coach Bopo or Coach Corey will stay 30 minutes after. So we get an extra 30 minutes, I'd say, more times than not.
Okay, awesome.
And then that'll just allow us to free roll, start standing, start in this position,
nice.
do whatever
That's
we want.
really good.
Positional drilling things.
Yeah.
So let me ask you real quick. So would you say like the demographic is it attracting a lot of like the athletic guys, like the jocks, or the we call them nerd assassins? Who's it attracting?
It's attracting everybody. I will admit, a lot of our students and me included, we're all lower level belts. Trust me, there's a few killers.
And that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be kids who've been there training since they were 5 years old. Now they're at Sac State and they're 21.
Yeah.
They got 15 years of jiu-jitsu,
Yeah. There's a few killers in there. Colin Phillips, AJ Link, and then there's just a lot of people in there that are higher belts, little purple, blue, and then but most of the people, it's when you ask like who is it attracting, it's attracting a lot of newer people that have never done jiu-jitsu.
Okay,
That's great.
awesome.
Or they
That
only
is
have
good.
like under a year of experience.
Yeah.
And I like that because it's giving people a pathway. This isn't just a program where you kind of have to be a fighter. It's a pathway to being a coach, being a commentator, owning your own MMA organization. It's not just being a fighter.
Right. So that's actually a really good point. I call it a pathway. It's like you get in there, and then it's almost like those old books, those choose your adventure books. Yeah. You get to go and figure out what this can do for you or what you can do for the martial art. Exactly. I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah, you might actually learn better that way because that's the problem with teaching jiu-jitsu. If you go to a traditional jiu-jitsu school, you're going to be tossed in, especially now. You're going to have probably 20 black belts, 15 brown belts,
Right.
purples, blues, and then a little handful of white belts. Oh my God, they're like fed to the wolves. And it's hard to teach because the brown belts and purple belts, they want to see all the advanced moves, right?
Yep.
But then you have to teach the basic fundamentals for you guys.
Yeah,
So
that's actually really good. Having
Yeah.
So what about those killers though? So because they already have they have all the fundamentals down, do they help with the coaching? Like, do the coach say, all right, listen, I know you're a purple belt, you're this, you're that. Get in here and work with this guy and this gal, and do they kind of like shoot them out there to other people, or is it just coaches
It's
only?
really just you choose your partner and you get put with who you're put with, or you choose. But I mean, there's obviously better training partners than others in the gym, and that goes for any
Any
gym.
gym,
100%.
for sure.
So
we preach that.
yeah,
Be a good partner, absolutely.
but when Coach Bopo sees somebody in need or somebody's not getting the technique and he can't be there because he's helping, say, somebody else
Right.
across the mat, he'll send one of our higher level people to work with them. And he'll
That's
be like,
good. So he's delegating. For
yeah,
sure.
yeah, he'll be like, hey, split up and you go there to help them, and
that's
you go
good.
there to help
I
them.
do the same thing when I'm running a class. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I always pull people apart. I'm like, all right, you guys, this is like two bulls in a china shop.
Yeah.
I'm like, you split
'em
up,
up.
you go with it, yeah, split them up. Okay, nice. So, what days are these classes running?
So every class is different. My jiu-jitsu
Okay.
class is Monday, Friday, 3 to 4, 4:30 for the 30-minute open mat if they do that.
Gotcha.
And then
Like boxing would have a different day, a different
boxing
time.
would have a different day. I'll pull up the schedule right now.
Yeah, you can for sure if you like. But what I mainly want to know is, can you go to them all? So you join
absolutely.
the club. Okay, so you don't have to specialize.
You can dabble in whatever you want. If you want to do just kickboxing and jiu-jitsu or wrestling and kickboxing, you could do all 4. You could do 3. You could do 2. You could do whatever you want.
Just don't let your grade suffer.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Okay.
The
See,
registration will get you.
Which one tends to get the most action, would you say, out of the 4 disciplines?
I've never been to the other 3, but I would definitely say either kickboxing or boxing. I think striking just
Imagine
resonates
that.
more with
Yeah. Like the Muay Thai.
especially kids my age. They're not thinking of rolling around on the ground. They want to hit somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they get in there and they do that. And boxing was already established under Flawless Boxing in Sacramento.
Okay.
So they already had a
They
foundation.
had a boxing team, like I think, right? I think
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Whereas the
They
other
compete with
3,
some of the other colleges.
yeah, the other 3 disciplines, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and kickboxing, started from the ground up.
Yeah.
So boxing definitely, I'd say, is the most popular.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
That's cool.
Huh. All right. So with your students, are you seeing a mix male and female, or is it real dominant, mainly heavy with the guys?
Mainly heavy with the guys. There are a few girls in there. Our president,
Okay.
Erin, she's obviously she's a girl.
For sure.
And man, she's another one of the killers. She's so good. She's like and not just good on the mat, but good off the mat. Like she's the president. She's the reason that President Luke Wood started the whole program.
Okay.
She was like, "Hey, I want this program to help me while I'm a student. I could also find a career pathway into MMA, into combat sports."
Nice.
And President Luke Wood being
Now, he's a boxer too, right?
I was gonna say he's a
Oh,
boxer
okay.
already.
Okay.
So he's already, dabbled and done all that stuff. So he's like, I'm kind of resonating with this
Hell yeah.
Erin girl. And man, Erin, as good as they come, just on the mat, off the mat, running the program. She's doing a great job, and man, I
That's
couldn't be
awesome.
more grateful.
So Uriah Faber, you ever pop in and say, "What the hell's going on in here," or what?
You know, I've never seen Uriah. He's never popped in. And not you know, like,
No, hey, listen,
where
man.
is he?
He's
But
running.
it's-
He's handling business. He got
No,
things to do.
and he's definitely busy. I mean, you just look on his Instagram. He's so busy with all this other stuff. And he's got, you know, he just got signed to GFL and
nice.
all that. So, like, I understand. He's got a lot going for him. He's
sure.
got his own gym. He's got everything. So I don't blame
Now
him.
I saw that they have a partnership with, was it Ultimate Fitness? I think the one, the Team Alpha Male over
So,
here.
yeah.
So can you guys go there? Do you guys go there?
We do. The MMA class, actually, the one that obviously combines all the four disciplines, actually is held at his gym.
Does it make you a member?
It doesn't make you a member,
Okay.
but a lot of people double dip. They'll do CombatU and they'll have a subscription to Uriah Faber's gym.
Okay.
So that's where a lot of our killers come from. I mentioned Colin Phillips. Colin Phillips. He's one of our guys, one of our best guys in my opinion, if not the best. That he double dips. He does Ultimate Fitness and he does Sac State CombatU.
Gotcha.
And, man, he is one of our best. I think he's a purple belt, and he's just
Okay.
But he's
Purple
one of
belts
the
are
ones
killers.
that, right? Well,
That's easy to
especially
do.
when you're in a class full of just white belts.
For sure.
people's
yeah.
first
For sure.
day.
He's
It's
like
like
he's like
magic.
a shark in there with a bunch of minnows. And that's
Yeah.
okay. You guys will not be minnows for long. I mean,
And-
look,
yeah.
it's just
it
the
takes time.
progression has been so fast.
It's a very slow moving sport.
It's like
100%.
So
I would
it's a slow
say-
moving sport to go up, but
To
the
go up.
progression of what makes a white belt now versus when I started like 20 something years ago,
Oh, it's, yeah.
the white belts now are freaking dangerous, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
White belts are like blue belts back in the day.
Easily. Easily. Okay, so CombatU, I actually like that concept. So there's no, because it's a club, so there's no credits or anything like that to.
So yeah, they were trying to get credits in the beginning, and it didn't happen.
Gotcha.
And they're actually still in the process of working on getting us credit. So
Okay.
we'll get a credit for the class hopefully within the next 1 or 2 semesters.
Nice.
So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, like maybe like an elective or something like that credit.
Yeah.
Makes sense because at least that kind of fills it
Exactly.
fills a void. But damn, see, but if they do that, they're gonna charge for that class. I mean, it's already included in tuition as a club, but if they made it an accredited course, you'd have to pay for that credit, I would think.
I would think so. I don't know too much about that.
Yeah,
but-
sorry, I'm just thinking. Yeah, my bad.
No, you raise a good
I
point.
used to work at a college for a long time too. That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, that could actually be a detractor.
They'll be double dipping.
Yeah. The school's like, oh, you like this? Yeah. Let's get that monies. Okay, so what are you going to do with all the education that you're getting, and like, what's your major first of all? If have you been declared?
I'm a
one?
journalism major.
Journalism major.
I work with the State Hornet out at Sac
nice.
State. So it's cool, but it sucks because I'm a part of CombatU and because I'm part of the State Hornet, and that's conflict of interest.
You can't interview yourself.
I can't. Right. I can't go and report or take pictures or I'm part of the social media team for
Check
the
you
State
out looking
Hornet.
for be a legitimate, unbiased newscaster. That's what I'm
Right.
talking about.
So I can't go and report on it as much as I want to, and that's what I want to do. I want to be a combat sports journalist, or one day. So it's rough not being able to, but
Right.
the people at the State Hornet, they're so great at just reporting on not just CombatU but everything at the school. And then to see that, and we had a Causeway Classic boxing event back in November, and the State Hornet came out. They reported on it, did such a great job. I know I'm kind of giving ourselves
give
props,
them the
but
shout out.
Shout them out.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it really helps the whole atmosphere of promoting this program, promoting the first ever MMA integrated program.
And they have a podcast too, right? I think Stack State has a couple of podcasts.
We have
don't they?
podcasts there, so
Dude,
that's
man, get out there and say, hey, look, I'm going to take my journalism hat off, and now I'm coming in as a CombatU representative. And since it's not part of the Hornet, it's not part of the paper, you should be able to get out there and at least kind of hype them up a little bit.
absolutely. And
Nice.
I'm kind of like their link. We also have another guy, Kai Ariano. He is also part of CombatU and part of the Hornet, and he kind of helps. If they need somebody to find, they'd be like, "Hey, can you get us an interview?" or "Hey, can you help us out?" We're that connection. So,
Okay.
yeah, Kai does a great job too.
And that fits in heavy with your journalism degree. So that's a good deal. That's good money right there.
So yeah.
So in for journalism, you're going to graduate. What is the goal? Is the goal to just be kicking everybody's ass in martial arts, or is the goal to deal more with the journalism side, or what are you thinking?
That's a good question. I don't know. It's hard because I want to do 50-50. I want to be a journalist and I want to be a combat sports athlete. So it's not really about, it's just about finding the mix.
Right.
And I think that's the hardest thing for me. This is the first time I've been a student athlete since middle school.
Okay.
So
What'd you do back in middle school? What'd you play?
Basketball.
All right. Nice.
So it's really hard to kind of dabble in both and try and find.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to find a balance.
Yeah. So, I mean, afterwards, I don't know. I like to keep training. I like to come back. Hopefully right now we don't have an alumni. Alumni can't come into the program and roll, but hopefully one day when the program is more developed, we can have that and I can come back and train or, maybe teach a few moves with
Or
coach.
what you got to do, I'm telling you, see, listen, money talks, dude. If you start making, you start getting alumni donations, they'll make an exception for you.
Right.
They'll name something after you if you give enough money.
Right.
So, all right. And as far as trying to balance the two, right? If you think about it, like a lot of the commentators in the UFC, a lot of those guys, they're usually former athletes, but hell, they still train. I mean, even Joe Rogan he trained
Black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, exactly. He trained
And
constantly.
I think he's also
and he's still
Muay
got
Thai
out there to
too?
talk. Yeah, he's got some serious kicks. It was ridiculous. But all right, so I like the path you're walking. That seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
You also are looking to do a competition soon, or what?
Yeah, so we have our first ever CombatU MMA grappling kind of event. It's run by A1 Combat, which is Uriah Faber's banner.
Okay.
He has his own fight organization. So obviously because he's partnered with President Luke Wood and already done the CombatU program, they want to highlight some of our talent and get us on the cards. So
Is it going to be held at his school?
yeah, so it's going to be held in the Nest, March 7th.
Nice. Gotcha. All right, so
in
it's going to be
Yosemite
like
Hall.
local tournament type stuff.
Local tournament. It's more of like matches. It's less of a tournament. It's like a fight card.
Oh,
Okay,
right. So you're probably gonna be up there. It's gonna have you standing there, boom, and in front of the ring.
We get walkouts and everything. They're
So it's
building
like
an
nice.
octagon.
Okay, it's like an Arte Suave.
Yeah,
sounds
yeah,
like.
yeah. That's
One
pretty
fight only
cool.
or what?
One fight only.
Okay,
no,
Arte
that's
Suave,
good.
yeah.
One match.
That's good.
Those
Honestly,
fun.
those are growing in popularity. Like that's actually
that's the
a
new
pretty
format,
good
I
way
think.
to do. Yeah.
Unless you're IBJJF in the gi, then you're going to do multiple matches.
Right.
Go up
Then you're
ranks,
shooting
all
for a
that.
gold medal or
Yeah.
something.
That's cool.
Hey, and that makes sense too.
Do you feel that like your no gi training is kind of up to par now that you've done a lot of gi? Like you're going to lose a lot of aspects of your gi training. Those will not translate to the no gi.
Yeah, it doesn't translate. Like I was talking about, like the grips and everything.
Yeah.
It's so rough.
Like what was your game? What was your style in the gi?
In the gi, like, what do you mean, like?
Like were you a spider guard guy? Were you like a deep half guard guy? Were you a closed guard guy?
Top
What's your
game, bottom
game?
game.
I like bottom game. I like bottom half guard.
Okay.
Bottom half
Bottom
guard.
half
Welcome
guard.
to
That's
my
unusual
world.
for a
That's-
small guy.
Hey,
That's fair.
That's
Okay.
where I'm at
Go
though.
for it. That's good.
Bottom half.
That's always
my
a big
game.
guy.
Yeah.
Let's
So
do
like
it.
bottom half, I
Get
like
smashed
to
down there.
Yeah, just sweep, S mount, take the back, and
Okay, so with that style, you don't really leveraging grips too much if you're doing, bottom half guard too much.
Yeah,
Like if you're gonna say I did a lot of lasso, spider guard, De La Hiva, that's gonna be more your gi.
That'll
So
take
you're gonna
the
lose
big
all that when you go to no gi, or you
Yeah.
don't lose. Well, you'll lose some. You'll lose spider guard.
yeah.
Yeah, bottom half actually will translate well.
It'll translate well.
It'll translate well, even no gi,
Yeah.
because like a lot of times, all my grips are always like C-clamp grip.
Yes.
Like I'll catch like the back of the elbow to tricep, or you're cupping the back of the head, or you're doing an overhook or something like that. So yeah, for me, it translates over really well for bottom half.
So like at our school, we'll teach the gi 1 week, and then next week it'll be no gi. So you get a chance
Okay.
to do both.
Yeah.
But you coming up, I did gi for the first like 5 years, nothing but gi. It took a long time, and then I switched to all no gi for a while, and then we started alternating. But now I like the gi. I'm sorry, I like the no gi more. I like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
And I
definitely
can
a no gi guy.
honestly say it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because like my entire time training, like I said, 20 something plus years, like 23 years, it's always been week
Gi,
on,
no
week
gi.
off, week
Yeah.
on, week off. So it's
Gi's
like,
hard on your body. That's the thing.
gi
It's
eats
rough,
those fingers
man.
up.
Your fingers, it's everything.
Yeah.
No gi's a lot. You would think it's the other way around. You would think that no gi's harder, right? Because it's so fast.
It's just
and more-
fast, but you're always
But it's easier on your
slippery.
body.
Yeah.
Bro, I get done rolling with the gi on, and your body is sore. Like the guy's like pulling you down.
Oh,
sometimes
facts.
if they're not
Yeah.
really, technical.
That's why I
neck's
got
all
stock in
hurting.
ibuprofen.
Sucks, man.
I feel like I get banged up more in no-gi.
Are you?
Yeah.
So,
I get,
what's hitting you? Are you like catching elbows or?
not catching elbows, but like I get home, I'm about to hop in the shower after a good day of training, and it's like,
something stinging.
where's this bruise come from?
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean?
Okay, so those are more impact things because again, you're flying around. No-gi is a faster game,
100%.
so I mean, you definitely get a lot of impact.
Right.
But I would get the bruises here, like somebody's grabbing your gi and they grab the skin. You get those random.
That's what I get. That's what I get.
Yeah, I don't get those anymore.
All
you know,
the
but-
pinches. It's like,
So,
Yeah. Okay, so what about the whole elephant in the room? Leg locks are a big part of no-gi. Are you kind of proficient with those, or at least defending them?
No. So
We should have
because-
said it now. Now the guy who fights in this competition will go for your legs.
nah, it'll be fine.
Let's redo it.
But
Mulligan.
when,
Man, I'm a leg lock
when is
king.
your match?
What?
Do you know when your match is going to be?
Yeah,
or is it
March 7th.
March
March
7th?
7th? Dude, you got time. Just
Yeah.
just learn how to defend your legs.
Well,
You'll be fine.
it's under IBJJF rules.
Oh,
so
you're
it's-
good.
I'm good.
You're
Oh, you're
good.
We can talk about this. We're good.
Just defend a straight, simple ankle lock
That's
and you're
it.
good.
That's
No,
it.
yeah.
Oh, you know what he also could do? He could do the freaking dragon bite. Because that's a legit man. Oh man, he's gonna have to just come by one of our. You just have to swing by our school.
You know,
before
actually
yeah,
would have been
dude.
if you would have came last night. That would have been great because we had what's his
Oh,
name? We had a referee
Big Herb.
there.
Yeah,
Big Herb
Big
is a
Herb
ref.
came on. He was on our show before.
He
He's
break
a,
down any rule you need.
He's a referee. Yeah. He's,
Okay.
All the points.
That's
Kind
true.
of go into all that.
Oh man,
It would have been good.
Yeah, well,
Oh, well.
show up next time. It's cool. But, so you got a thing coming up in March. They're not doing too much leg locks, obviously, if you're saying it's IBJJF. But is it always like that's always going to be the rule set? Well,
I don't
I
know.
was gonna say, yeah, good
Like I
question.
said, it's our first ever event, so we haven't really,
Do they teach leg locks in like currently in your current
CombatU?
curriculum?
No, because it's mostly white belts.
Right,
So
it's
it's like
brand new.
even if we learned that and wanted to do it in a
can't do,
competition,
man. It's
so
tournament, it doesn't
interesting.
make any sense.
other than straight ankle lock.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Straight
So
ankle lock,
we
yeah.
mainly work the basics: arm bar, rear naked choke,
Absolutely.
kicking
Okay,
the
that's
back,
good.
defending the back,
No, it's
stuff
really
like
good,
that.
Actually.
So wait, so you're fighting? Who's this competition open to though?
Open to Sac State students. So what Uriah
Oh,
and
okay,
like
so you're good.
like I said, it's run by A1 Combat.
Okay.
So like the A1 Combat people, like their matchmaker,
Yeah.
is the one doing our matches, and they're matching us with people from Ultimate Fitness. But that's
okay. Wait, so you are going to
Okay,
be
got
going
it.
outside of your own school.
correct.
And
Yeah,
bumping
yeah, yeah.
heads. Okay.
But it's
almost like an
still
in-house
within the
tournament. That's
bubble
cool.
of
yeah,
Ultimate Fitness.
yeah. Oh, that's going to be
So it's
pretty
not
cool.
like he won't have to fight like a 10th planet guy. rolling
No,
around,
right.
trying to
Exactly.
heal him.
Exactly.
He's legal at my
Yeah.
school.
Some joker joined a zombie to
Yeah.
freaking was it the dead orchard and shit?
Yeah.
Okay, so wait a minute. In March, are they selling tickets to this thing? Is it
Yeah.
open to the public or what's
Open
the deal?
to the public. Tickets are up on Eventbrite.
Okay,
So
yeah,
you just
dude.
go on Eventbrite, look at CombatU, and then it'll pop up. Tickets are anywhere from I think like 45 to
Right.
like a little over $100.
Oh, damn.
So I mean, it's
Okay, they're
and
gonna have
we-
beer and everything there, or what? Yeah, I hope so.
Well, I don't know about all that, but you know what I mean. But no, yeah, very excited, very grateful for the opportunity to just get out there, showcase what I've learned, and just have fun.
All right, I got another question for you now.
Yeah.
So, has your mother's fears and concerns been alleviated yet?
Yeah, that's a good question.
No,
No,
my mom, whenever
still her baby. See,
Yeah, no. And I'm so close to my mom, and she really is the one that pushed me to do jujitsu.
Okay.
And God, I can't be more grateful. And both my parents, my dad too.
nice.
They both, when I first started out, I was so young, I didn't have any money, so they would pay for all my classes, take me to all my classes,
That's
meet
what
my
they're supposed-
coaches.
That's what parents are supposed to do.
Yeah. Well, no, obviously, but
I know.
it's just it's a blessing that people take for granted, and I
Absolutely.
think that I couldn't have done without them and my whole family, but mainly my mom and my dad, and just it's weird because like both are proud of me, but my dad's like, oh yeah, you got this, you're proud, and my mom's proud too. Don't get me wrong, but
Right.
she's like, oh no,
Yeah,
like,
she's worried.
Yeah.
you could tell that she's worried, and but I hope that these years of training and my time at Caesar and CombatU combined puts a little ease on her mind and stuff going through.
Any big injuries during your time at Caesar?
Never. I had very minimal injuries, bruises,
little
nothing.
tweak here, tweak there.
Nothing.
Not even that. Oh, man.
They took really good care of me, and I think that that relates back to like me going 50 to 75%.
Absolutely.
It's
Keep that up.
you know,
Yeah, really.
yeah, and they really
They say
took care
slow
of
is
me.
smooth and smooth is fast. It's like
Exactly.
if you actually work that pace and you're not
yeah.
just trying to like go balls to the wall and you're not trying to overexert, that's actually where you want to end up in jiu-jitsu anyway. You want to get to the point where you're flowing.
Yeah.
So that's a hell of a thing to actually flow right from jump and stick with it.
That's awesome.
I like
Do they
that.
run like a stripe system there at all? Do they recognize
At
any?
Caesar?
Yeah, no, the school you're at right now. Like, so
Oh,
if you had-
CombatU?
Well,
No.
nah, there's no belts. There's no,
sorry,
there's no
belts, that's
gi.
right. Oh yeah.
There's no.
So you're
gi.
basically they're treating like a white belt.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
technically
so
came in
you
as
know
a
what's
white belt.
crazy? So
Did you have stripes
I
on
would
the
say
white
it's
belt?
not
when
even
you-
a belt system. Probably it's going to be beginner,
I know. What-
intermediate,
how do they-
advanced.
Yeah, how do they promote you there?
Or am
What
I
do they
wrong?
do?
They don't promote us.
Yeah, beginner, intermediate.
As far as I'm concerned, it's just a no-gi class. It's a club athletic. It's not like a traditional jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
gym that they're going to be
so
like.
what I
you
would
know.
say, right? I don't even call it jiu-jitsu. I call it submission wrestling.
Kind of is,
I mean,
yeah.
it's submission wrestling.
Yeah.
Which is awesome
You could
because
say that.
beginner, intermediate, advanced. Like that's how. Like when you go to some of those other competitions, if you've never put on a gi, but you wrestled and you've done some submission wrestling and you've been doing it for like 5-6 years, they're going to probably put you in advance at that point. Like beginner, I think is between 0 to like 2 years.
It's like 2. It's not very long.
yeah, and then like I think
3 years. 3 years.
2
You're
to 4
intermediate.
is intermediate,
I believe so.
and then advanced. I was like, hell, advanced might be less than that.
Man.
I mean, because you can get good pretty damn fast.
Yeah.
Especially, man, these young guys, man, they get in here and just start beating the shit out of everybody real early. Huh.
But find out the rule set for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's IBJJF rules
Okay.
for the match at least.
Okay, yeah.
But is it going to be like a white belt rules, or is that what I'm
Yeah,
wondering?
white belt
It's-
rules,
yeah.
blue belt
That would be
rules,
my guess.
blue belt rules. Like they're.
But they might say you got 2.5 years and you're blue belt.
Yeah,
They
so I
might,
wonder.
that's what I'm saying. And they might.
Oh yeah.
Then you got wrist locks. Everything's
Yeah,
open.
you do. You might want to check. You might want
That's
to
my
check that. Are they gonna,
I told them
check
I
the
was a
rule set.
2-stripe white belt, and we're gonna go from there.
There it
So,
is.
There you go.
Then that's legit. If that's what they said you
It's
are.
the truth. I'm not.
You're
you
not
know.
lying.
Do they ask you
exactly.
time wise, like how long you've been training?
They have. So I
So
said
that,
three.
it could be based on
3.5 years.
time.
So yeah.
You better just double check.
Double check.
Shave off.
100%.
Double
Well, and
check.
they're doing the matchmaking too. Like
Yeah,
Hector
right. If he
Fajardo.
says he's got this many years
Yeah,
in,
it's like-
they're going to put somebody else with the same.
Yeah.
So,
Hector-
are wrist locks allowed? Oh, wait, no. Go ahead. Say what you're about to say, and then I got
No,
to ask you.
yeah, Hector Fajardo, who's our director of operations, another one of the Team Alpha Mo guys,
Mm-hmm.
is involved in the matchmaking. He's not just
okay.
handing it off to the guys
Yeah,
that
yeah,
do
yeah,
combat
okay.
and
He's
stuff.
not
sure.
just shaking it up and then throwing it out there. It's like
Right.
you and you. Okay.
So
That's
and
cool.
he's there in the room when we train, so he knows our skill level, where we're at
Gotcha.
Okay, that's fair.
on the mat, and
That's
then
cool.
he'll go from there. And like I said, just like Caesar, CombatU also takes very, very good care of us.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, check to see if wrist locks are allowed.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
'Cause those are some sneaky ass moves, man.
Yeah,
Everybody hates wrist locks except for me. I love wrist locks.
I hate him.
Do you
I hate him. I hate him.
Oh my god, I could have made a whole career just off of wrist locks, dude. I feel like a damn Aikido guy sometimes. All right, what else did you have, Rob? Because we talked about his beginnings. We talked about where you want to go with the journalism. You actually gave some pretty good shout outs to the schools. It sounds like you've been to really good, solid locations.
Yeah.
We got your match coming up. I'm really interested in this CombatU. I'm gonna actually,
Yeah, it
I
sounds-
want to kind of dig deeper into that.
Ask
one, too.
away.
Yeah. Well, dude, I'm just trying to think like I want to actually see the inner workings of it. I want to like get in there and figure out what they're gonna do with these credits because I think that's interesting.
Sounds like you want to talk to Uriah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, hell,
you
that'd
guys
be cool
need to
too,
get
right?
on here.
Yeah, that'd be cool too. But man, hell, even that president too. Might want to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got some ideas and some thoughts. We're gonna have to reach back out to you for sure.
Absolutely.
So tell us more. So
Because honestly, I never heard of that CombatU at all.
Me either.
I asked a couple of our jiu-jitsu guys; they never heard of it.
well, it's
So a
new.
lot of the
I mean,
guys-
he's saying it's like this is brand
very- it
spanking
only
new.
started
Community do
last
not know,
semester.
so we could
Last
probably help get
semester?
the word out on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, this is brand new.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
less than 6 months old then.
That's why everybody's like, oh, well, you have all these lower level belts, or oh, you only practice 2 times a week. And it's like, you guys don't understand how new this is.
Yeah,
And it's not to this certain demographic. It's students. It's people that want to come in and
Yeah.
learn.
Absolutely.
I like the premise. It
I
sounds
actually
really
like that
promising.
a lot. See, and I could see other schools emulating this.
Yes,
That's where I'm like, dude, that could be amazing if more schools started doing it. because then you widen the network of competitors where it will almost be
School
like, okay,
versus school.
It's a club thing, but it's school versus school.
That'd be pretty cool, huh?
Dude, it's like now you got like your debate nerds are over here and they're doing their thing in the chess club, and they got straight MMA club, baby.
Yeah.
We had the Causeway Classic, and we brought it was all of our Sac State guys, obviously CombatU on one side, and then on the other side it was just like a bunch of different guys from other boxing schools in the area. We had like UC Irvine came out.
Nice.
Like it was a big event, and I think we did really good with it.
That's cool.
So,
see, the only thing we were talking about the gi, I don't think the gi would translate well in this because it doesn't really
either.
Yeah, it's probably just leave it out.
Yeah, it's, damn.
Because it's an MMA. Like
I think it would be good to incorporate it maybe just for learning.
I don't even think
but
so.
Yeah, you might be right because we talked about that before too.
Yeah.
How much does the gi help if your main focus is no gi?
Because these guys want to be MMA fighters or something that's like an amalgamation of those different arts.
yeah.
And the gi would not help at all.
Yeah, you're probably right. Do you miss the gi?
100% every day. You know what I mean? It's to me it's slower, and you know I like slower because of the 50 to 75 thing.
Yeah.
And with the heart condition and my stamina isn't the
Slow them down a
best.
little bit, control them.
So yeah, that's what I like. Even when you're on the bottom, you can kind of control a little bit better.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. That's
yeah.
why bottom half is great for me. I just kind of block and I'll kind of hold them, lock them in place.
Right.
Just wait for a little opening.
That's exactly why I like gi. But I mean, no gi is, in my opinion, a lot more fun.
It's way fun. Yeah.
It's just so fast paced.
More fun to watch too.
Yeah.
It's definitely more fun to watch.
You can still slow them down though. You know, you can still got your close
Some
guard,
good
you got your Z
overhooks.
guard,
Yes,
good frames.
Good overhooks and C clamps.
Yeah. Develop a good like Z guard, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's for damn sure. Damn. All right, what else we got?
I think we covered most of everything, didn't we?
We did. Man, that's pretty good. I like it. I like everything you're doing, dude. Please don't start screwing up in your grades. Stay on that.
No.
Say, graduate with honors.
Addicting.
No, it is.
He'll get a
It is.
4.0 in jiu-jitsu and a
right.
2.0 in classes. Don't let that happen.
It won't. I
Hell
promise.
yeah. So, like I said, I'm a nerd through and through. I'm an educator for damn near 2 decades. Like I've been running schools and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm always like, education is first and foremost.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay
100%.
on that. Nice. All right, sir. Well, I really appreciate you coming out. I think we got a good feel for you. You want to tell them again where they can buy tickets?
Yeah, tickets are up on Eventbrite. You just search up CombatU and it should pop up. It's supporting the students. It's supporting the school. It's supporting the program. So March 7th at the Nest. Come out, show up, support us, and we love to have you there.
Absolutely.
100%.
Rod?
I think that's all we got, man. If you guys like it, hit the like, hit the subscribe, share the video. We'll try to get the word out. We'll plug this in the description, CombatU, and that might help you guys out.
Thank
Hell
you.
damn, yeah.
And try to get your eye on.
Yeah, right. We'll have to get him
yeah.
one too.
I'll see what I can do about that.
See what you can do.
All right. Well, everybody, we thank you very much for your time, and we hope you enjoyed this. And if you go to SAC and you didn't know about this, now you know. So you need to get on board. Hell yeah. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for coming out. God bless you.
See you
We'll
guys
talk to you
next
later. Us.
Us.